did some errands. We went to the post office, we went to the library, and we went to the farm and garden store, and then we went and got some meds. So that was a little outing we did. We're very safe, we wore masks. It was very exciting because it's my first time using the library since I've been back home from college, because they've been closed and they just reopened, and they're doing these beautiful touchless book boxes. So a couple of books that I had put on hold finally came in. So I got from the library The Sound of Stars by Alicia Dow, which is really exciting. The idea of bringing stories to those in need outweighs my fear, makes me a rebel. If I die for it, there are worse things to die for, and in my heart, I know I'm doing the right thing. Ooh! This is about, I believe, a girl and an alien who are trying to save humanity, and that sounds really interesting. So, gonna get to this after my readathon. And then Black Girl Unlimited by Echo Brown, which is part memoir, part magic, a transcendent coming-of-age story about an unforgettable debut. It's about a wizard, and it's like part memoir from Echo. So this looks amazing. I think these are both pretty new releases, and I'm super excited to get to them. So there's that. I'm gonna go rewatch Douglas with my mom, because I would totally watch it again, and she didn't watch it with me last night, so we're gonna go watch that together. And then I'm gonna get back to Soft on Soft, which I did not read any more of yesterday, so that's unfortunate, but whatever. I'm gonna get to it today. It just felt right to watch some movies and watch Avatar and just chill out last night. And I didn't put any pressure on myself to do reading that I didn't want to do. So I just finished the 7th chapter of So You Want to Talk About Race while I was putting away some laundry. So I've done a titch of reading today. So yeah, that's what's going on. I'm gonna go watch that show with my mother, and I'll update you when I actually read something. Good morning. So I have just woken up. I've done nothing. I've just woken up, and I just wanted to come on for a brief second and talk about, I finished Soft on Soft by Mina Amid. Oh, it was so cute. It was so good. I really, really loved the relationship between the main characters. It was just really refreshing to see a relationship built on so much love and so much appreciation and so much respect, and that wasn't focused around sex. Like, a lot of romances that you read are so sex-based, which I like and is fine, but it was just really amazing, like, ace representation, and, like, you can have a relationship that's just as meaningful and worthy and not be jumping each other all the time. And it just really reminded me of my relationship with Alec, and how we just really love being around each other. Like, holding someone's hand and cuddling with someone is just as intimate as anything else that you could do. So I don't know, it just made me really warm and fuzzy. The writing was not my favorite. Like, there were a few sentences that were just like, why would you write it like that? Like, that, like, kind of took me out of the story, because, you know, when you have to reread a sentence and you're like, why is it like this? But, I mean, the representation was absolutely amazing. The anxiety rep was amazing. It made me feel really seen. And I really want to see a book from the perspective of their friend Shelby, who is non-binary and looking for love, and I want to see their relationship with the guy that they meet in the book. I want to see that, but oh no, it was really good. Anyways, so what is happening now is that I've woken up and I'm gonna do something a little crazy. I've had this book on my shelf for quite a long time, and I think it'll go a lot faster than it looks. And so today's Thursday, which means that it's my last day to get a lot of reading done, because Alec comes up on Fridays, comes over and spends the weekend with me, and I get a lot less reading done because he's a very distracting person, and also a lot of editing is happening this weekend. I have to make this vlog make sense. So, anyways, this is my last day to have like a lot of productive reading and get an entire like chunk of a book done. And a chunk it is, because I've decided I'm reading Illuminae today. Is this a mistake? Potentially. Again, like, because it's written, like, I can read that kind of, like, IMs and stuff really fast. I really hate being confused. That's, like, why it's been scaring me, is that, like, I feel like I'm gonna be confused. But I trust the authors. And a lot of people have read this series and really love J.K. and Amy Kaufman. So, you know, I'm doing it. I'm trying it. We'll see what happens. I'll update you once I know what's going on. I might get a few pages in and be like, oh no, I'm not doing this to myself. But I might also really love it. So we'll see what goes on. I also don't read sci-fi very often. Basically I'm afraid. But I'm gonna do this. So, yeah, I'll talk to you when I have something. I'm so scared. So clearly I've gone very far. I have gotten up. I am actually wearing real human clothing. I have read like 200 pages of Illuminae. It's about 3:30. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of not the best today. So, I'm, just being a burrito. This is happening. I'm a third of the way through. This is really good. This is worth all the hype. Because of the way, I was nervous about the way it was formatted, like if I was going to be able to follow it or if I'd end up just really confused. And I am not confused, which is great. There's a lot going on, and it's really engaging, the way that, all the documents, the way that it's written. Basically, there's this couple who broke up, they're teens, they broke up, and then their, like, home planet, I don't know if it was a planet or, like, a civilization, whatever, it got, like, torched by this, corporation, and then, so now they're on these, like, they're refugees on these, ships, and there's a lot of stuff going down. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I just wanted to say, I've been doing things, but I'm very tired, and I'm not feeling great, so I'm just gonna keep reading in my bed. Thank you very much. Alright. I've done it. I have done the unthinkable, and I have finished Illuminae in one day. I'm so proud of myself. I'd like to thank the Academy. I don't think I could have done this with just any 600-page book. Like, oh my god. That was good. 5 stars. There's no words. It was so gripping. I couldn't put it down. And I really didn't for most of the day. It was so fast-paced. I don't know. It was really great. I really, really enjoyed it. So, must be like 9-something. I guess I'll maybe play some video games or watch some Avatar. You know that feeling when you've been reading all day and all you can do is just, like, stare into space and try to exist? I think I need human contact. Maybe I'll text someone and play a video game with them. Oh, well, I would call that a great use of my time. And I've been to the 3 Broomsticks. That was my butterbeer. I would kill for some butterbeer right now. But yeah, so that was my butterbeer. I have the Marauders map, Madame Puttyfoot's at my tea shop, and I have the 3 broomsticks. So I'm gonna need to go somewhere. Well, I'm gonna go to Screven Shafts one of these days. I'm like 68% of the way through, so you want to talk about race. So that's for sure happening. I think we're gonna go to probably the Shrieking Shack and Owl Post. So that's what the next couple days hold. Oh my god, I gotta do something else. Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow when I decide to pick up a book again. Good morning and happy Friday. This has been a truly grueling week. I can't believe we've made it this far. Okay. Reading update. Because I didn't move at all yesterday, I had kind of a hard time falling asleep, which meant that I read about 50 pages of One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. And just want to keep reading it. I'm really enjoying it. So it's about a woman who is a plus-size fashion blogger, and she calls out this show called Main Squeeze for not having real women on their show. Like, why don't any of these women wear pants? Why are they all below a size 4? Why are they all white? And so she calls them out, and then they go through like an administrative switch up, and then the main producer, I think, switches and comes up to her and is like, do you want to be our next Main Squeeze? And she's like, yes, I do. I would very much like that. She's like, well, I don't want to be a token, but she's also like, yes, I do. I definitely want to do that. So that's what's happened so far. She also has this kind of toxic non-relationship with this man from college who's engaged not to her and who she just has been hung up on for a really long time. So she has a really hard time dating because she just keeps thinking about him, and also because it's hard to date as a plus-size person. So yes, that's happening. I am feeling very confident that I'll be able to finish this book today. That's it. That's the update. I'm gonna read some more of this and I'll update you when things happen. Okay, bye. So, I'm doing some reading. Look at me go. I'm almost halfway into One to Watch, and I'm really loving it. It's so good. It's so entertaining, which is great. Like, I love the show aspect of it. But it's also just so real. Like, it's ringing so true to me, how she's being treated as a plus-size, contestant on this show, and the things that the men have to say to her. And there's a lot of parts in this book that are like newspaper articles about her on the show, or like podcasts about her on the show, and like, or like internet comments about her on the show. And there's like exactly what there would be like if there was a plus size person on one of those shows. There's like half of them are like really positive and supportive and excited, and then the other half are like complete trolls and are just making so much fun of her, which is hard to read, but it's just what it is. Like, it's the truth of what it is to be a fat person in the media. Like, you get criticized constantly. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. So that's it. I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll update you if I have anything else to say. Okay, so it is much later. I've had dinner, which was very questionable. I thought I was getting fried bits of salmon and ended up with weird hunks of cold meat, which I ate with a potato. It was very weird. Mistakes were made. Anyways, I had dinner, watched some TV with my family, and now And then after dinner, I finished the audiobook of So You Want to Talk About Race while playing some more Mario Kart. And oh my god. That book is just exceptional. I mean, she is so eloquent and so just concise about what she has to say. So she breaks down each chapter. So she has chapters on race, on privilege, police brutality, affirmative action, all the things that have to do with race and that we talk about on an everyday basis. And she gives examples of how they've affected her real life, and, you know, like a story. And then she goes into, you know, the history or why this is a problem. And then she'll talk about ways to better your conversational skills about this topic, questions to ask yourself, questions to ask other people. It's so thorough, but so concise. And I just think it's an amazing jumping off point for learning about race and for existing in a world where race is such a charged topic and there's so much to talk about. And she just gives like the baseline knowledge that I just feel like the fact that we don't learn that in schools is ridiculous. Like, I can't even, we need to do better. Anyways, got a lot out of that book. Obviously, like, reading nonfiction is kind of weird, but I'm giving it 5 stars because it affected me a lot, and I learned so much, and I really appreciated that she was willing to take the time and write this amazing educational book for us so that we can learn about how to be better citizens. So I really, 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 really enjoyed that book. And the audiobook narrator, I forget who narrated it, but she did an amazing job. Anyways, so I finished that, which means that I've been to Scrivenshafts. Why would you call it that? Explain to me. So I've been there. Let's see. I am pretty much I'm pretty much exactly halfway through One to Watch. I don't think I'm going to finish it tonight, which is a little annoying because that was my goal. But I'll do my best. I'll see if I can get to at least page, 300 or 30 or something. So I only have 100 pages tomorrow. Because then all I have to read is the guest list for The Shrieking Shack. So that's all I have left. Reading is going to slow down a bit this weekend. Mainly because my human has arrived. And he is slightly distracting to my reading. He keeps asking me for my input on editing my videos, and I can't imagine why. So, no, if you didn't know, Alec edits my videos, and he does a really great job, and we love him a lot for that. We're getting used to it because it's a permanent thing. Okay. Anyways, so I'll update you tomorrow morning or tomorrow whenever. Again, things are going to be a little sparser over the weekend, but I'll make sure to do a good wrap-up on Sunday. That's the update. I'll talk to you guys later. Hark! I have finished a book. And that book is One to Watch by Kay Stayman London. And it was really good. It was 4 stars. It was really engaging. The plot was super fun. B, the main character, was relatable and funny and smart and insecure and everything that you want. And, there was a great representation of the different types of people who are in your life when you're not, like, the beauty standard, right? So she has, a super loving family, but all these internet trolls, and some of the men were disgusted by her, and some of the men were, human with her. And so, no, it was just really, really good. Definitely worth a read. Okay, it is Sunday. My mom and I have come out to a beach near our house, and we're gonna just read for a bit. I finished One to Watch last night and really, really loved it. And so now I'm reading the guest list, which is for The Shrieking Shack, and I think will be my last. I'm also just kind of ready for this readathon to be done. I've read a lot of books and I'm really happy with how it's gone. But I'm ready to resume my pace of 2 books, or of a book every 2 days instead of a book every 1 day. Is more reasonable for me. And also I'm starting school tomorrow again, so that's what's up. we're gonna read. I'll give you a little clip of what we're looking at, and then yeah, we'll be hanging out here for a while. We do have some snacks, so that's very exciting. Yes. For the snack portion of this outing, we have some crunchy chickpeas with Bombay spice, as well as some white cheddar popped corn. So that's what we'll be nomming on while we do some reading out by the beach. All right, beautiful humans, we did it. We made it through the readathon. Quite honestly, I lost a bit of steam at the end, but that was pretty expected. I never read as much on the weekends when Alex is over, just because I like to spend time with him when he's here. So I'm just going to do a quick little wrap up of all the things I read this week, and then we'll be off. So here we go. The first thing I read this week was The Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood by Rebecca Wells. I gave this book a 3 stars. Wasn't exactly for me, but was pretty good. The first real book in the readathon that I read was for the Marauder's Map prompt, and that was The Voyage of the Dawn Treader by C.S. Lewis. I gave this book 3 stars. I really liked the beginning 3/4 even. The ending was a little weird for me, so 3 stars off for that one. After I got in via the Marauder's Map, I decided to go to Madame Puttyfoot's tea shop, and for that I read Soft on Soft by Mina Wahid. I gave this book 4 stars. Really cute romance, female-female romance. Really enjoyed it. 4 stars. After I stopped by the tea shop, I decided to go to the 3 Broomsticks for a Butterbeer, and for that I read Illuminae by Jake Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I'm so proud of myself that I read this whole book, not only because it's 600 pages long and I read it in a single day, but also because it was a 5-star read. I'm super interested in continuing in the series and just in general reading other sci-fi books. On my shelf I have We Are the Ants and Skyward, which I haven't read, as well as the sequel to this, Gemina, and I'm really excited to get into that. At least one of those was going to be in my July TBR. After I got my Butterbeer, I decided to go check out some new quills and parchment from Scriven Shafts, and for that I read So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijeoma Oluo. I gave this book 5 stars. It was super informative, her writing was really wonderful, and I just got a lot out of it. Definitely would recommend reading it. And finally, the last place I decided to visit was Owlpost, and for that I read One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. I gave this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed the reading experience. The writing was great, the characters are great. I flew through this book, so there we go. And then, sadly, I did not get to go to the Shrieking Shack. I did get about 100 pages into the guest list by Lucy Foley, and I'll be finishing this in the next couple days before the end of the month, but didn't quite get there, and honestly, I'm not mad about it. So all in all, that's, I believe, 6 books in 7 days, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that. Thank you guys so much for coming along on this journey with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!